stood in front of the Messerschmitt Me 410. This sort of developed from the concept of the Schnell bomber that was around in the 1930s. The idea you could have a bomber aircraft that was so fast it didn't need to have a defensive armament. A few other things came from that idea, like the Dornier 17, etc. But the Me 410 had a bit of a long-winded process to get from that concept back in the 30s to where we are today. Because this is not a Schnell bomber, this is actually a bomber destroyer, and it's marked out by quite a hefty armament. Firing forwards, we've got two 7.92mm machine guns and 4 sets of 20mm cannon. But one thing that you can see from that legacy of its design is a bay here, which would originally have been a bomb bay in terms of the conceptual ideas of this aircraft. But they fitted it with extra cannon when they thought it would have been good as a bomber destroyer. It could also carry 4 Werfer Granate 21 rockets on its wings, so really did pick a powerful punch. It's got 2 sets of DD603 inline V12 engines, quite similar to the DB605s that were fairly ubiquitous amongst German aircraft. Was it successful as a type, as a bomber destroyer? Well, not really. The issue with having such an heavy aircraft like this with 2 engines, it doesn't have much maneuverability. So when the Allies started employing escort fighters in large numbers, these were starting to prove very vulnerable. And the Germans had a shift then towards using more single-engine fighters in the capacity of bomber destroyers. And there was probably a production element to that as well, because one of these is lost. You've got 2 engines being lost rather than 1 with a FW190. On the whole, not a terribly successful design, although it did have a few victories air-to-air, but long-term not enough to make a difference to the outcome of the war. It was actually fitted with a defensive armament, 2 13mm machine guns on these barbettes on each side. And interestingly, these were controlled remotely from a position to the rear of the cockpit with an aiming device that would correct for aim. So quite advanced for its day. We don't really see anything like that fitted to British bombers, but do see it in things like the American B-29. So in common with a lot of the Axis airframes that we got here at the RAF Museum, this one was captured on the ground at the end of the Second World War in Denmark. We don't know a lot about its individual history, sadly, but it came to the UK for evaluation work. It's one of only 2 surviving anywhere in the world, so we're very lucky to have it. On August 1945, on a ferry flight from Germany back to the UK, suffered an engine fire and had to crash land. But fortunately for us today, it wasn't so badly damaged that it couldn't be repaired, and it made that flight here. And yeah, been a great exhibit here at the museum for many years, ever since.